Uh-huh.
So we're actually in the past doing this, not that long ago, actually. Hey, it's Happy New Year for realsies now. We're actually recording
Oh, it
this
is. Yeah,
on the
Happy Lunar New
17th.
Year.
Yes.
Yes.
Now you know. Now you know that you never get us the exact same day. We do these beforehand because...
We try to do them a little bit more
Yeah.
beforehand, but now we have a shorter beforehand.
Yeah, you know what, though?
If you know what I'm
We're
saying.
working on that. We're working on our backlog.
We are. We are.
Anywho, welcome to Story Sirens, the podcast where we discuss all things mythological and legendary, sometimes dabbling in actual historic accounts and other times going into more otherworldly accounts. My name is Yenny.
And I'm Sarah. I'm very interested to hear about these otherworldly accounts. And thank you for tuning into our episode. You can stay up to date and also chat with us more on our public Discord. The link is always available in our show notes.
We also love reading your comments and responding to them.
It's really fun. We're breaking the total YouTube rule of never read the comments.
Oh, yeah.
We go to the comments. Let us know what you thought about the episode, as well as any other cool facts you have about any of the subjects that we cover and might not have mentioned. We are always down to learn more about these subjects.
Yes, yes. And by the way, did you know your monthly subscription either through Apple Podcasts or Ko-fi gets you exclusive perks?
That is true. You can become a Siren Seeker for just $3.99 a month and enjoy exclusive bonus episodes, early access to episodes, and your name in the credits. If you are currently an Apple subscriber, make sure to email us at storysirens@gmail.com with proof of your subscription so that we can add you to our credits.
Oh, okay. We're done with marketing. We promise, but we have to.
We do, and we're done for now. So, shall we move on to today's episode, Yenny?
Actually, we haven't even started the episode and I have to talk about this. So when you were saying that it was $3.99, I did this. And this always reminds me of Inglourious Bastards. How they found out that they weren't really German because they didn't say three like this. They said it like
that's
this.
right. Yeah, what's your gesture for it?
Yeah, and I always remember that. By the way, the guy who did that German officer, I don't know his name, but he does like evil characters all the time.
Are you talking about Christopher Waltz?
Is that it?
The actor?
Yeah. Oh, God, love him. He is.
Oh, he's such a good actor. He's such a good actor.
Good. Like, talk about hating. I know that as an actor, you did your job when the fans hate you.
Oh, absolutely.
God.
Absolutely.
Anywho.
I love it.
Sorry. I did have to come up with that. That is the ADHD running rampant at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Let's go.
Sounds about right.
Okay. Well, I've been waiting a while for this episode.
While. Yes.
Now, we all know that skincare has become huge in our generation. At some point during your doom scrolling, you'll be brought on to see a youthful-looking influencer put 20,000 products on their face and tell you that they don't just start their day without their obviously sponsored skin product.
I hope people know you don't actually have to put so many products on your
really
face.
Don't.
Like, guys, wash your face, moisturize it, put SPF on it, call it a day. Like, you don't need 20 different products for your AM and PM routines.
Yeah, and I also think a lot of those is just like rage bait because they have like 20 different like face masks on and you're just like, how can you breathe? Okay?
You're right.
You know, anywho, right now, a lot of people are realizing that wrinkles creep up on you pretty quickly as you pass your 30s, okay? Everyone is always looking for the next best thing to keep them looking fresh, wrinkle-free, and, of course, young. In fact, you could say that the quest to obtain eternal youth is one humanity has been on since, ever.
That's pretty true. And history has shown us dozens of explorers searching for the answer to immortality.
One specific search that has stayed with us well into modern history and media is the quest for Camelot.
Wait, what?
Just kidding. That's actually another very soon to be episode.
Yenny, focus. What is this episode?
Okay. This specific search that I'm talking about is to find the Fountain of Youth.
Ah, yes, the elusive Fountain of Youth, which apparently is not too far from you, right, Yenny?
Sarah, don't spoil it, but also it's very funny that I had no idea about that.
She really didn't. Like, we're doing research for this, and Yinny messages me, and she's like, oh, it's in Florida? And I'm like, I thought that's why you wanted to do this episode.
No. I wanted to do this episode because of Pirates of the Caribbean.
I can't blame you for that. I can't blame you. All right. Educate us,
I'm
Yinny.
educating. The Fountain of Youth is not actually a fountain, but instead a well or spring of water that has magical properties able to stop or even reverse aging. Some even saying it can grant immortality. A little slurp of this magical water will have you looking like you're 25 for life. And then, maybe, you'll be able to date Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yinny.
Am I wrong?
No, but did we have to bring that up?
It's hilarious to me and totally disgusting.
It is. It is. I mean, you know, you're 26 and boom, you're out. Moving on.
Also, I'd like to mention this is possibly a really short episode, but I'm already feeling like that might not be the case. So, you know.
We've let Yinny ramble enough.
Yeah, we're going to try. Anywho, the story regarding the fountain goes all the way back to 5th century BC with Greek historian Herodotus.
Herodotus.
It always starts with
us.
Greeks. Anywho. Greek historian Herodotus writes about a fountain responsible for elongating the lives of a South African tribe named the Microbians. The exact location of the tribe is still not known.
Of course not.
No, come on now. Yet many scholars believe this could be Ethiopian peoples living south of Egypt, which Greeks during this time would describe them as peoples at the end of the earth. Remember? These were flat earth people for real. In his writings, Herodotus describes these people as the tallest and most beautiful of all men, with their king being based on who is the tallest and strongest.
Well then.
In addition to their beauty and strength was their longevity, with the average Microbian living to the age of 120, sometimes even more.
But that was sort of like the baseline.
Yeah,
like that was kind
average.
Of like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like this is the youngest they die at, and then they'll go past that. Okay, very
Which
cool.
I mean, we hadn't seen that since like biblical times, right? Because in the Bible they live like 300 years. So
they'll live forever in the Bible, and then afterwards, like the lifespan start decreasing.
Yeah.
So now in 5th century BC, meeting people who are 120, that's like, oh my gosh.
I think like most of the times back in the day, they'd leave at 50 was already like, whoa, you made it. So when the king of the tribe's people was asked about their diet, he told them they ate roasted meat and drank nothing but milk. I would like to say.
That'd be a problem for you, Yinny. That'd be a problem for you.
I would like to say, for us lactose intolerant girlies, this is not it for us. But also, the roasted meat portion is, I guess, different with stories, with different variations of stories. Because some people, some stories say it's boiled flesh. And some people say roasted meat. So I was like, you know what? I like roasted.
I would prefer roasted meat over boiled meat.
You know?
Absolutely.
And the way that they called it boiled flesh, I was like, So upon further questioning of how they lived so long, the king showed the explorers of Herodotus's book a spring where they washed regularly. Entering the spring, their skin became glossy and sleek, the smell of violets filling the air.
Ooh, they've got that really good bath bomb in there.
Let me tell you something. There is something that your grandma always bathed you in as a Hispanic, as Latinos, you know about it, and I'm talking about agua de violeta. It's called violet water. Don't ask me, but
violet water.
I'm assuming they got it from Herodotus.
Babies. Like you grow up with that smell and you're just like, yes, childhood.
Yeah.
Childhood.
So I bathed in agua de violeta for like forever. So maybe the Latinos got it from the Greeks. Who knows? Anywho,
I'd believe
Herodotus describes the spring in his 3rd book as
so frail was this water that nothing frail?
Yeah, I didn't write it.
Okay. So frail was this water that nothing would float on it, neither wood nor anything lighter than wood, but all sank to the bottom. If this water be truly such as they say, it is likely that their constant use of it makes the people long-lived.
Now, upon my research, in this episode, I came across social and cultural historian Philip A. Harland. He writes in depth more about Herodotus's work on his website. We've left the specific blog where he deep dives into Herodotus in our show notes. Additionally, the University of Chicago has Book 3 of Herodotus, which talks about the Fountain of Youth, available to read for free, and that's also down in the show notes.
Because here at Story Sirens, we believe in citing our
Yes,
sources.
we do. We really dang do. Now, let's go forward. Century later, 4 BC, we meet Alexander the Great.
Yes.
The Alexander romance, named Antiquity's most successful novel, is an account of the life and exploits of Alexander the Great, and one of the many tales is that of a fountain of life.
Ooh.
Like many of the heroes we have and will cover on this podcast, Alexander spends a great deal of time searching for immortality and the land of the blessed, or what I'd like to think is Eden.
Oh, I like that idea. That's a cool idea.
As Alexander and his crew travel towards the sacred land, he gets hungry and asks his cook Andreas for food.
Naturally.
Andreas catches some fish and washes it in a nearby fountain, only to have the dead fish come back to life. Andreas realizes he has found the dang fountain that they've been looking for.
It was found by the cook!
But instead of telling Alexander, he takes a drink himself and saves the magical water in a flask in hopes to woo Alexander's sister daughter, Thessaloniki.
Come again?
Yeah. Apparently, Alexander the Great had a sister who is also depicted as his daughter and or stepsister in the tales. There's different variations. Again, just like we see in Herodotus's variations, there's variations where it's his daughter or sister.
I can see if Thessaloniki was young enough that Alexander felt like her parent, if there was a big enough age gap. Is that what it is?
I have no idea. Yeah.
Historians, let us know in the comments.
Listen, I will say I do have a lot of girlfriends who practically raise their siblings, so it's not too far off.
This is true.
Anyways, sister-daughter aside, during this, Alexander reaches the land of the blessed and learns that he cannot go through the gates because only the pure and just could enter.
A lot of this story is happening in the span of a few minutes?
Yeah. So listen, I didn't write the story, but perhaps we could send a lengthy email to a museum somewhere to talk about this, because there's a lot of things happening. Now, after Alexander gets told that he's a bad boy, he questions Andreas at this point and is like, "Bro, where's my fish? I just got rejected. I need to eat, bro."
I'm so angry, and now I'm
hangry.
Not only am I angry, I'm hangry. And Andreas, did you forget another dang fish? I see where this is going, and it's not going to end well.
Well, what story that we cover ever does, you know?
True.
Well, Andreas tells him what happened to the fish and receives some lashings, but he leaves out the details of him not only drinking the water, but also hiding it to seduce Thessaloniki.
I feel like this is not going to end well, but I also feel like Andreas could have been a bit smarter and, covered his tracks by just getting another fish.
Why didn't you get another fish, bro? He would have never known. He is just like you, unpure and unjust. So nobody would have ever found out. But again, there's no story without that, right? So,
right.
Sometime later, Andreas is able to seduce Thessaloniki, and she drinks from the flask holding the magical water, also becoming immortal. Alexander learns of Andreas's deception and his sister-daughter being a dum-dum who accepts random water from people.
Well, Yenny, he is their cook. Of course she'd accept it.
Still, I am sure Andreas was like, "Drink the water." With the googly eyes, you know what I mean? Drink the water. And then,
yes, I see. I see.
Long story short, Alexander the Great gets greatly upset.
Oh my gosh.
And turns them both into daemons. Andreas being a daemon of the sea and Thessaloniki being a daemon of the desert.
You see, it didn't end well. But also, how does he have the power to do that? Alexander the Great was just a man, regardless of what some cultures thought.
Again, we got to send a lengthy email because, this I am just researching. I'm putting what I got, okay? Now, with these two depictions of the Fountain of Youth, I think we can now cover what's probably the most famous story of all, which follows explorer Juan Ponce de Leon on his exploration of the Caribbean on behalf of Spain in the late 15th century. Okay, so we're
jumping
a lot.
several hundred years.
We're jumping a lot. So, while on his journey to find gold, he began hearing local natives of the lands tell tales of a spring with powers to transform adults into children. Soon
Okay.
enough, he heard of a location, an island called Bimini that was located north of Cuba. Ponce de Leon set sail for Bimini, but on his way over ended up discovering present-day Florida.
Hey!
Yay! Arriving on the shores of St. Augustine, Florida, he found multiple natural springs and was convinced that the magical spring had to be close.
Of course.
That's at least one way the story goes.
Come again?
Now, you see, there's a lot of speculation of whether or not Ponce de Leon really was searching for the Fountain of Youth, okay? As we mentioned in past episodes, many explorers and ex-pirates had specific contracts or licenses that were given to them by the crown, and it held specific details of exactly what they were setting sail to do. You couldn't just set sail to set sail.
If you want more information on this, check out episode 31, The Legend of Blackbeard, Riches Galore, to learn all about letters of marque, contracts, and pirates.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're very welcome.
Now, historians have never come across any contracts between Ponce de Leon and the Spanish crown about finding a magical spring. In fact, his contract was to explore and settle on the island called Bimini and get gold. That was it. He got to get gold. Interestingly, they do confirm Ponce de Leon anchored off the eastern shore of Florida on April 2nd, 1513, and did explore the land. So, there could have been something, but Ponce de Leon never wrote anything about a fountain in any of the correspondence historians have.
Ooh, he could be hiding it.
But historians have found possible fabricated accounts of Ponce de Leon's quest for the fountain.
Fabricated?
Oh, yeah. In comes Spanish historian Gonzalo Fernández de Oviedo y Valdés, potentially Ponce de Leon's #1 hater.
Oh, this is juicy. I love a hater. I love it. Let me know all about this.
Gonzalo wrote that Ponce de Leon's journey to find the magical spring was just because he wanted to cure his erectile dysfunction.
Are you being serious, Yenny?
I kid you not, Sarah. I kid you not. And I know this is episode 69, but according to Gonzalo, Juancito could not keep it up. And that, to me...
Talk about a low blow, Gonzalo.
I was like, talk about hater status, bro. That's true fuckboy shit. Like, you're like, oh, you want to play with me? I'm going to write all over that you have ED, brother. That's messed
that's
up.
so bad.
That's so messed up.
So bad.
That's so messed up.
I love
and, like,
it.
the thing is, Ponce de Leon was older. So,
Yeah.
But
oh my gosh.
he had wives and kids, so we all know it worked to a certain extent.
We think.
Yeah.
We think.
Now, while this may be another version of Regina George's burn book, there are still explorers out there looking for the Fountain of Youth, as well as scientists working to find a cure for aging. My take on anti-aging, you can't really stop it. Eat healthy, exercise, and don't let the stress of the outside world, which is very stressful right now,
There's so much
dictate
stress. There's
you.
so much stress.
Add in a little moisturizer to your routine and make sure to have friends that make your belly hurt from laughing. Like I have my best friend here. You'll be looking and feeling younger every day, I promise. What about you, Sarah?
Absolutely.
You got any pointers?
Well, one of my takes is that aging is a blessing. But take care of yourself, like what Yenny is saying.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get to see old age, middle age,
It's so
older
true.
years, any of it. And so this really is a blessing. Because think of all the knowledge that you get to acquire during that time. Think of all the things you get to learn. Think of all the relationships and the connections you get to make with people and how you can feed into their lives. So yeah, eat right, exercise, die anyway, but make community. and give to people. What? I'm telling you, like,
it's true.
You are going to die anyway.
It's true.
It's coming for all of us. And rather than be afraid of it,
accept it.
Invest in your life. Accept it. And know that every day is a gift. Take care of yourself. Enjoy that fruit smoothie. Enjoy the exercises your body can do. Enjoy connecting with people and giving back to the people you care about and giving back to the community that you care about. And give love.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best anti-aging, or better yet, aging healthfully.
I like that too. Thank you, Sarah.
You're very welcome, and thank you for doing all this research, Yinny. So, while the quest to stay looking youthful is in all of us, we here at Story Sirens would like to remind you to not ingest any water that hasn't been filtered. Don't accept any random water from your brother dad's cook. I don't know. Immortality might be a fun idea, but waterborne illness is nuts.
And be a good person, because you might just make a historian upset, and then they're going to make a really nasty story about
Rumor,
you last forever. So
Forever. The fact that his legacy of searching for the Fountain of the Youth might just be all a giant lie about, well, really, he just had ED. So, moving on to modern media. Visit the claimed Fountain of Youth at Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park in St. Augustine, Florida. Enjoy the scenic park and maybe find eternal youth, all for the low, low price of $22.95.
Listen, that's pretty cheap for Immortality, if you ask me. You know.
That is a pretty good deal.
Because what happened, so I was reading about this, and it was, people were like starting to flood in, going to the springs, because they're like, oh my God, maybe this is true because of the whole historian that, all the historians that had made up, like, oh yeah, the Fountain of Youth, he was looking for it, right? So
blah, 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 blah.
A bunch of people, including the national ED community, went to St. Augustine looking for a cure. And so what happened was that someone smart enough goes, hold up, I can make a business out of this.
We can market
it for the low price of $22.95. You, sir, might not only get immortal, but cure. You know what it would be if you are immortal, but you can't cure your ED? That sucks.
Oh.
That's the worst type. Knowledge isn't always power, okay?
Won't be the point.
Yeah, knowledge isn't always power. Now, of course, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides would make into this list.
What a segue. Yinny.
And Old Flame, zombies, and the quest for the Fountain of Youth await you. Plus, Penelope Cruz is the hottest pirate aside from Jack. Okay?
See if that does anything for you downstairs. Apple TV's Fountain of Youth features John Krasinski and Natalie Portman as estranged siblings on a quest to find the, say it with me now, Fountain of Youth. Enjoy action, comedy, and potential romance. Not between the siblings, right? We're not going Alexander the Great on here, are we?
No, we're not going there.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I haven't seen this yet. So
Me neither, but I saw that it was like Apple TV, and it just came out last year. And I do like, films with John Krasinski. It's just that
I love John Krasinski, and I love Natalie Portman.
I don't have Apple TV, so I gotta wait for it to come out on Tubi or something. So now the anime.
You peasant.
How dare you have Tubi?
You peasant.
Yeah, sorry. I even only pay $7.99 for Netflix, bro. I'll watch. We were born in the age of commercials. I'm okay with.
We were.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we'll just live with it.
I'm with my teen. Like, I teach a teen voice acting class, and I literally had one of them. We were watching something on YouTube that had to do with like accents and stuff, and they go, Miss, you have commercials? Why don't you pay for YouTube Premium? I'm like, listen, little boy. In my day and age, we could not pay for nothing about that. We had to watch the full commercial. And sometimes it was an infomercial that was very long. So
is it the fact that commercials might be the true fountain of youth?
Oh gosh!
Because here you are talking about like here in the good old days, we watch the commercials. Yeah. Okay.
Now, the anime 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeti's losing it.
The anime Seven Deadly Sins has an episode in season 1 named Fountain of Youth, and it explores Ban's backstory. I don't know if that's how we say his name. I'm sorry, maybe it's Bon. I don't know. And how he became Undead Ban, or Undead Bon. Okay?
All right. In Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt, we meet the Tucks, a family who accidentally drank from a magical spring, which granted them immortality. And contrary to popular belief, the book explains how immortality can be more of a curse than an actual blessing.
I have a question.
I remember as a kid, I loved that movie.
Yeah,
I
but
loved that
the movie, Winnie is 15. In the book, Winnie is 10.
So I guess in the movie they tried to turn it more into a romance than
but
the book did.
Also the Tuck guy, I think his name is Jesse, right? He's 17, and he's like, well, take this. In the book, he tells Winnie, take this when you turn 17 and we can be together forever. And I'm like, so, am I wrong? Does she grow up and as the years go by in the book, or is she 10 and this 17-year-old?
I never read the book. I only saw the movie.
Well, let's stick to the movie because I don't know. The book has some weird stuff in it.
Siren Call. Even though we've probably just ruined Tuck Everlasting for you, go watch Tuck Everlasting. No, I'm not. I'm saying we're ruining the whole concept of it. If like in the book, like she's 10 and he's like, wait until you're 17 and then drink this, like, and then we can be together. Because I mean, like, what 17-year-old wants to be with a 10-year-old? I'm changing this. Our siren call is to watch Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
This is the wrong.
I don't like this anymore.
I don't like this either. The Fountain of Youth has become. Oh my God! Honestly, I don't even know with the times if this was the right episode. Oh God!
This was.
We were just trying to have a good time.
On next week's episode, it's Sarah and Giddy having a full-on mental breakdown, wondering if they've just done something very, very wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Story Sirens. You can follow us on Instagram at Story Sirens Podcast. Want to support us? Send us a cup of Ko-fi by searching ko-fi.com/storysirens. We've got lots of treats for those who become siren seekers. All research materials can be found in the episode summary. Music by Donald Guzzi and artwork by Alexis Torres. Story Sirens is a Feather and Fin production. See you soon.